This morning we want to do a family thing here together. Hey, Jared. We want to do something we do together as a family. If I could have Pastor Nate and Sue join me. Jarvis, could you escort Miss Sue up here? And Tanya, could you join me? 3 years ago when I came to Hope Point, I was looking for kind of an elder or a mentor. My parents raised me to respect my elders, and I have that hole in my life that I need someone that's older than me to give me guidance and give me wisdom. And Nate has filled that role for me. He's taught me so much about what it means to be a pastor. I would watch Pastor Gary greet people in the lobby, and he was so good at it. And it was just a part of who he was. And I tried it, and I wasn't good at it. The lobby just wasn't my thing. And so I started watching Nate go to every chair and every aisle and every row. And Saturday nights and 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, and he was just so faithful at that. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to try that. And it's been such a blessing for me to greet you and shake your hands, and it's because of Nate. It was just a great model and great example. Nate loves to embrace and loves to hug, and that's helped me. Sometimes he even kisses me on the cheek. Just embodies God's spirit and God's love. In the first service, he said, remember, I've also yelled at you. And he has. He has. And I accept it because I know Nate spends time every day in God's presence. And very quickly, when you meet Nate and Sue, they will give the credit and the praise to God. They're such vertical leaders because they're spending time in God's presence. And so this morning, we're announcing that Nate is, well, I don't know what we're going to say because you corrected me, but Nate is, I called it, and he'll share in a minute, but Nate is retiring from being a full-time pastor. Now, Nate is not retiring from being a minister and ministering to people because it's inside of him. It's in his DNA. He won't ever quit doing it because it's who he is. But a full-time pastor being staff meetings and just being here every day, all week. And Nate is almost 83 years old, and he feels like it's time that he moves into a different season. And Sue has been so committed and so dedicated to our children's ministry and our women's ministry and our staff and Nate. And she's such a committed, dedicated, loving woman of God. And she has expressed to Nate, you know what, it's time that it's time. And so we are so grateful. Nate has spent 30 or 40 years as being a pastor. What a legacy that Nate gives and brings to us. So Nate's not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Nate and Sue will still be here. But as the minister to our prime time adults, Nate is retiring. It's hard for him because he's so passionate about you, and he's so passionate about people, and this is it's difficult for him. So in May we're going to have a party, and we're going to express our appreciation to Nate. We're going to tell stories and just honor Nate and Sue in May, and I'll give you more details about that celebration and that party. But this morning we just wanted to honor them, and we wanted you to express your appreciation and your thanks to Nate and Sue. So let's. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. One of the hardest things I've ever done, and Sue has been pretty seriously talking to me about this for about a year, and I've physically and mentally, I can't even remember, what's your name again? Oh. I'm having trouble remembering names. I'm having trouble doing the things that I do. And Sue is like, like I said, she's been encouraging me this way for perhaps a year. I just want to say how much our prime timers, our PT cruisers, as we call them, has meant to me as far as being a pastor. When Pastor Gary invited me 11 years ago to come on staff, I never thought I would ever be called pastor ever again in my life. My life was checkered prior to the time I met Miss Sue and we got married, and I fell away from the Lord, quite honestly, and we met each other in Los Gatos Christian Church many, many years ago, and started serving the Lord together. But I never felt I could ever be called pastor again because of my past and because of what had transpired in my life. And Pastor Moore said, Nate, you're selling yourself short. You still got a little bit left in you. So I do, and I did, and I will continue to be doing what I'm doing, just not on a full-time basis. I will continue to be faithful to the church, pay my tithes, Pastor.
Amen.
I'll do that.
Amen.
I will continue to do the things that I've been doing and assist anyone and everyone that I can in every way that I can. I just want to say thank you for loving me, and thank you for the appreciation that you've shown me and for the kindness that you've shown me through these years. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Nate.